All right, here we go. I'm hoping this is my last reading. So this is for fire signs. The whole goal is to do all of the elements in one video, but some of the videos I had to break down to separate ones because man, some of these signs have so many messages that it just can't be in one. So the goal is to do all the fire signs in this video. But of course, if any of the fire signs, which is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, if any of them have too much information, it's going to be broken down. So let's go ahead. Remember, this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to everyone. Make sure you check your sun, moon, and rising. Don't force anything to resonate if it don't resonate. Remember, energy is fluid. So if I say, hey, this is what Leo is doing, Leo, if you're not doing it and the person you're with is doing it, then reverse it. This is going to be a love reading. So let's see. And matter of fact, I want to start with Leo. Let's see what's in the cards for Leo. What is in the cards for Leo? Did I already say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is when you watch this video, make it apply? If I didn't say it, I said it now. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Igun. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah Banda. Thank you, Arisha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oladumare. Thank you, Olaroon. Thank you, Olafi. I thank you for my gifts and my abilities. Now give me the message that I need, that Leo needs to hear. What is going on with Leo in their relationships? Okay. You're going through some type of loss, some type of lack in this relationship. All right, let's see. You're definitely going through a lack in this relationship. This relationship is not giving you what you need. You could be a spiritual person, and maybe you're losing your spirituality, or you're losing religion in this connection. Let's see what else is going to come out first. Regret. So you're sad. You're sad. You're not happy in this relationship, but to me, it looked like you're losing yourself in this relationship. This is a relationship that you're losing yourself. All right, what's the crowning energy, which is what you need to do immediately? What is in the cards for Leo? Come on, Spirit. That almost came out. But I'm not going to take it because it didn't drop. When you're not really there. I like the song. When you're not really there. Do I really want to take all these cards? No, that's too many. I'm not trying to do it. Come on, just give me a card, Spirit. So it's what I said. It's what I said, Leo. You're losing yourself in this connection. You're completely losing yourself. You're the type of person, it seems like, when you get into a relationship, you abandon every aspect of you. That you probably abandon family, you abandon friends, and you only focus on the person that you're with. And so I can see how you see this as a good thing, because it's like, when I fall deep, and this is the person I want to be with. This is fire. So keep in mind, to me, fire and water is very similar, because both of them are controlled by emotions. Just like earth and wind is very similar, because they're more controlled by logic. And so they do a lot of things when it comes to the mind, but when it comes to fire and when it comes to water, it's very emotional driven. And fire can be way more intense than water. So with this, I can see you saying that, I'm just so passionate and I'm a passionate lover. And when I love somebody, I love them. And it's just like all focus on them. But you have the Five of Pentacles in your overall energy, which it talks about a financial loss. It talks about lack. It talks about, worries, poverty, insecurity. And it's basically just saying, like, in this connection, you're losing yourself. You are losing yourself, and you're not, you forgot that before meeting this person, you was an individual. And the only thing about this type of connection is that when it ends, you're going to say, like, I don't even know who I am anymore, because you didn't keep up with your identity in this connection. You got in this connection and you formed a completely different identity, which we all must do, because it's adapting, with the person that we're with. But you still got to have a sense of self. You still got to have that core foundation will never change, because that foundation was built before you even met this person. And so it's just basically saying that within this connection, you're losing yourself. You have the second card in your overall energy. You have the I'm trying to see, what is it? The Seven of Wands in reverse, and it talks about your internal resources. That is saying, like, you're not. You could have been a very spiritual person, Leo, or a very religious person, because the Hierophant is out here, and the Hierophant is more religion than spirituality. If the High Priestess was out here, I would say that this is spirituality, but it's probably like you have stopped going to church, you have stopped praying, you have stopped fasting, you stopped reading your Bible, and it's just like all about this person now. And it's like with the card saying this, you could have been like a faithful churchgoer before getting into this relationship. Or you could have been, always reading your Bible, always praying, always fasting. But it's like now you have kind of abandoned, you kind of abandoned all of that, and you're only focusing on this person. Like, this is the only thing that you have time for. And within these connections, like, you not only should you have time for your love relationship, but you should have time for your kids. You should have time for your family. You should have time for your work. And so it's like, to me, this is just a connection where you're just all up under this person, and you're under this person so much that you now have been wrapped under their identity, and you see yourself as a unit instead of an individual, which you should be seeing yourself as both. You should be seeing yourself as a unit, but you should also be seeing yourself as an individual, because you will have your individual financial goals. You will have your individual career. You will have your individual talents and gifts that must be used, especially with the Hierophant here in your overall energy. It could be something that you're destined for in religion, that you may be meant to be a pastor or a prophet or an evangelist. Well, I wouldn't say evangelist with the Hierophant. Evangelist, I would say evangelist. Evangelist to me would be more like your High Priestess and stuff like that. To me, your evangelist is more of a powerful feminine energy, but definitely maybe a prophet, maybe a pastor, maybe an apostle, and I'm only saying religious terms because this is more religion than it is spirituality. And it's just saying that, like, you have abandoned that. You completely, you stop tapping into, where I would say Ashe, you stop tapping into Holy Spirit. You kind of abandoned the thing that gave you this connection. And it's like, no, you can stay in this love relationship and still have the sense of self, because you're losing yourself in this. And anyone that loses themselves in a relationship, if it ever ends, you will be lost. you would be completely lost, that it will take you a while to rebuild because you have completely lost the pieces to the puzzle, that if this relationship ever end, you would have to once again find that. But let's not even focus. It's like, Rashad, come on, let's stay focused. We don't even need to focus about an ending because this has nothing to do with an ending. I'm more afraid of, if you stay down this path, you're going to miss out on destiny. You're going to miss out on what you were destined for because you're so wrapped up in this person. And it's like, you can still do your destiny while at the same time being in a connection. And so Hierophant is the one that I didn't show you, but this is a religious card. And so your overall energy is just telling me that you're losing yourself. Your crossing energy, which is the energy, the overall energy and the crossing energy, they fight with each other. Normally, they're always opposite. And it's very rare for them to complement one each other, but they can. And it's just saying that, this loss, that it can easily go into a regret, and you probably already feel this regret, that you feel that it's something that is missing from your life, and you just like, I can't pinpoint it, but I feel so empty. I can't pinpoint it, but because, and I think that you're going through this wandering of the mind, I guess you can say. You're going through this and you're lost because you're like, my relationship is going well. I'm doing good in my relationship. Like, I have nothing bad to say about, my husband, or I have nothing to say about my wife, or I have nothing to say about Bay. Bay has been really good. Bay does, everything that I need him to do. But it's still like a emptiness, that you're yearning for something, and you're like, well, what is it that I'm missing? What is it that I'm missing that's making me feel so incomplete when I have everything? But you don't have everything because it's an important aspect of yourself that you have abandoned. And what you have abandoned is your religion. I don't know if you stop practicing your religion because you two are two different religions, and maybe you see that it will be a conflict and that you will consider this as being unequally yoked. But me personally, I don't believe two people that's in two different religions, or even if one person is religious and the other person is spiritual, I personally don't see that as being unequally yoked, because at the end of the day, my belief is we're all serving the same God. We're just calling God different names. If you look at every religion and every spiritual path, it has the same setup. And the one thing that we all agree about, we all agree that there is a God. We fight with everything that is under God, where you say angels, I say ancestors, and now we're fighting. No, you gotta call them angels. And I say, no, they're not angels, they're ancestors. And what you call Jesus, I say Obatala, and it's like, no, he can't be Obatala, he gotta be called Jesus. And so maybe that's where the confusion is coming in the relationship, that there could be two different religions, and maybe you're just being submissive and saying, you know what, I'm just gonna let your religion be the primary religion of the house. But why can't they both be? Because at the end of the day, we're still two individuals merging together, and that merge can be two different religions, two different spiritual paths, because at the end of the day, God is still the head. We both believe in God. So let's focus on the aspects that we have alike. If we don't have to get into this sense of having a loss by calling the things under God, the Jesus, the ancestors. We don't have to get into that. Let's just pray to God. Let's just talk to God. Because, to me, a true spiritual or religious relationship, you pray together. You connect on that level, and it's like, well, let's connect by eliminating saying the things that is under God when we connect together. And let's just call on God. God, I thank you for everything that you have done for me. I thank you for your blessings. I thank you for your grace and your mercy. And then when we're individual and we're doing our individual prayers, that's when we can say, okay, in the name of Jesus, I command blessings to come. Or in the name of Olafi, my life is going to be changed and the Orishas and the ancestors are going to bless me. Sometimes we think that, we put more stress and pressure in relationships than what is caused for. It's like, why we don't have to argue and fight and like in this, we don't have to rid ourselves of an identity that we had before this relationship just to please the person that we're with. And I don't even think the person asked you to do that. I think you automatically just did that, and it's like you abandoned an important part of your essence. You abandoned an important part of your life, and you abandoned an important part of your life. And so even now you could feel your energy dimming, and you can feel your essence just not where it's supposed to be. And it's all because you're not connecting like you used to connect. And so it's like in the morning, if that's what the ancestors was telling me, in the mornings driving to work, play the Bible, play whatever it is, do your chants, whatever it is that you used to do, get back to that, because you're losing yourself. And the ancestors don't want you to do that. Whether you believe in the ancestors or not, put it in the word that is comfortable for you. If you don't, because this is religion, like I said, so let me stop saying spiritual terms that you can't resonate with. So listen to your angels. Listen to your angels and let them guide you back on the path that you were on, so that you can once again be whole. Your crowning energy, which is what you need to do immediately, Leo, you have you have the Nine of Pentacles, and it's basically saying it's the card of the fruit of your labor. It's saying you need to connect back with those spiritual gifts. You need to connect back with the things that you were doing prior to this connection. You have it paired with the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles, it talks about wealth. It talks about security, because this was your wealth. This was your security. And when it's saying that this was your wealth, this could be the thing that even brought this person to you, that they were like, I like the fact that you're a God-fearing person. So don't let that disappear in the connection when this is the reason why this person could have connected with you. And now because of that, in your challenge position, you have the Chariot. That movement is very slow for you. And the reason why movement is very slow for you is because you have the Seven of Swords that you portrayed. You betrayed your essence. You betrayed who you truly are. That you completely got rid of yourself just to be in this connection. I don't think that this person told you to do this. You just automatically did it. Ooh, I gotta do some eye drops. So I think that this is something that you just automatically did. I don't know where I put my eye drops. So I think this is something you automatically did. And then even the Hierophant talks about surrendering, and that you just completely surrendered. And so you completely surrendered your nature, which is just being this religious person. And so the card at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is all about balance. That, the Queen of Swords is the only queen in the deck with a weapon in the hand that, to me, it kind of remind you of, which, once again is spirituality, but it kind of remind you of the deity of Oya. That Oya is the only female Orisha that actually get on the battlefield with the other male Orishas. That she will fight, she will fight on the front lines with Chango. And it's like, that's what you need to remember in this connection, that, I think that in this connection, you are seeing yourself as something lower when you shouldn't be seeing yourself as something lower. You should be seeing it as a true partnership, that you two are equal, that you will have his back just like he will have your back. That, you know, that's the one thing that I never resonated with Christianity, is that one have to be lower and the other is one have to be lower while the other one is higher. But it's like, why? The divine masculine and the divine feminine, they're two completely different energies, and they both should be equal in power, because the divine masculine is the energy of power, it's the energy of leadership, and it's the energy of management. But what is that without the divine feminine that brings the spiritual energy in, that has the gift of discernment, that has the gift of wisdom, that has the gift of insight? And it's not one is lower than the other. While the masculine is ruling in strength and power, it's the female, it's the not female, let me stop. Because masculine and feminine energy has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with gender. The female can be the divine masculine, and the male can be the divine feminine in any connection. Or it can be two guys that one is the divine masculine and one is the divine feminine. So let me retract that. I'm going too fast. No. I did not mean to say female. So those energies they have to be equal. If the energy is not equal, this relationship is imbalanced. Because while the divine masculine is ruling in power and authority and leadership, it is the divine feminine that comes in and gives the divine masculine the wisdom, where it says, I need you to direct all of this energy to this area, and this will bring us prosperity. Well, it balances each other. The divine masculine is the energy of knowledge, while the divine feminine is the energy of wisdom. And so it is the divine masculine that will build the boat. But it is the divine feminine that says, well, this is how you move the boat. This is how you make things, this is how we're going to get prosperity and abundance with this boat. So the energies are equal. It's not the divine feminine should be lower, nor is it the divine masculine should be lower. And I think that sometimes we come up with these perceptions because the divine masculine is so, it's more of a bark and you hear it, where the divine feminine is more of a silent energy, but it's just like stress, that is the silent killer. A divine feminine has a lot of power, that a divine feminine can, depending on the religion and stuff like that, a divine feminine has power. Can do all types of rituals and everything else that, to make something out of nothing. That is the energy and the power of the divine feminine. So why would that be lower? There's no need for that to be lower. It is an equal. It is an equal in this connection, and I think that that's what you have to remember. You have, and then like I said, in your challenge position, you're just surrendering yourself. Leo, you have to, it's not just about the other person. You got to remember that it's about you as well. It's about you as well. Sagittarius. What is in the cards for Sagittarius, for the Sag? I had to go because I'm like, damn, we already at 24. All right, Sagittarius. I'd rather do a long video than to do separate videos again. What is in the cards for Sagittarius? Thank you, Egun. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarabanda. Thank you, Orisha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Olodumare. Thank you, Olorun. Thank you, Olafi. What is in the cards for Sagittarius? Okay, Sagittarius. Devil out here, devil out here. Oh, shoots. Come on, Sagittarius. Don't give me no deep ass reading that I'm gonna have to that I'm gonna have to do a separate video. Come on. Sagittarius got the devil out. Oh, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, every time when I see this now, keep connecting back to the Scorpio reading. That the Scorpio reading was very clear that it was a like covenant of witches that was doing magic, and so and it was to trap a Scorpio. And it's like, man, Sagittarius, do you have something to do with this? Because the devil card is definitely, the devil card is all about addictions, it's all about magic, it's the worst negative energy in even your crossing position. Ugh. Sagittarius, it don't have to connect to the Scorpio reading, but this is still very negative energy. It is so, Sagittarius, you're doing something wrong in this connection. I'm going to take this card because this is the original card at the bottom of the deck, which is the Nine of Cups in reverse, for in case I have to clarify anything, and I guess I will clarify the devil. But Sagittarius, you're doing something in this connection that you're not supposed to be doing, especially with the devil card representing sexual energy. That you could be cheating, you could be manipulating, you could be deceiving your partner, and you could even be doing witchcraft. So definitely with that, you have the Emperor as the clarifier. The Emperor is all about power. You have the Three of Wands, which is the Three of Wands is all about vision. And the Three of Wands is all about preparation. It's all about progress as well. It's about foresight. It's about opportunities. And you have it paired with the Six of Wands, which talks about public recognition. With this combination, Sagittarius, it's something that you did in the dark that's getting ready to come to the light. And with the public recognition card out, this is going to be something that everyone is going to see your downfall. Everyone is going to see what you have been hiding in the closet. That people are getting ready to see your skeletons. That it's going to be clear as day. With the Emperor here, the Emperor do represent leadership and stuff like that. But right now, I'm only seeing it as power. And to me, you know, especially with that power, it seemed like it don't have to be. This could be a connection to the Scorpio reading, that you could have been doing some type of magic. If you haven't been doing magic, you have been doing heavy. Remember, magic is not always potions and rituals and spells. Magic is also a strong sense of manipulation, deception, trickery, that you are doing things behind your partner back, and these could be sexual things that you are doing behind your partner back, that you could be messing around with two or more people. You know, with this energy, it's something that you're doing, and whatever it is that you're doing, it is getting ready to come to the light. That people are gonna end up seeing what it is that you have been doing behind closed doors. Especially with the public recognition now. People are about to see what you have been doing. It's just a matter of time before this come out, and it's gonna make headlines. That people are gonna say, man, I did not know Sagittarius was like that. I didn't know Sagittarius was that big of a freak. It could be doing orgies, doing threesomes, going to sex parties, going to bathhouses. That, you know, it is something that you're doing. And like I said, it could be even connecting to the Scorpio reading, that doing witchcraft on somebody just to trap them. You know, so Sagittarius, your reading is not doing good. Your reading is just not good at all. It's definitely some negative energy here. You know, you have the crossing energy. You have the Four of Swords, which talks about retreating. This was one of the same cards that came out in, because the ones that was connected to the Scorpio reading, it was Scorpio. Scorpio was the victim in all of this. That somebody did magic and witchcraft to lure Scorpio out of a happy home and place them with a karmic partner, and they only got to that karmic partner because of witchcraft. And in the Capricorn reading, it was saying that Capricorn did the magic. It was a possibility that the Cancer did magic. And so, because it was talking about a covenant of witches, that it was 4 witches. And so, one was Capricorn, one was Cancer, and it looked like one is a Sagittarius. Sagittarius, it looked like you may have been in this mix as well. This is not going to resonate with every Sagittarius. So if it doesn't resonate, then, you know, don't take it at all. But Sagittarius, there's a possibility that you could have been in this coven as well. You know, when I seen this in the Capricorn reading, this to me, the ancestors was talking about like a blood sacrifice, which would have been like slaughtering an animal, like a chicken, a rooster, a donkey, doing some type of witchcraft. And then even on the side of this card, you have the Magician, which is the Magician is the card of magic. You know, once again, the Magician can also represent manipulation, trickery, and deception. So once again, if this is not potions and rituals and spells, this is doing some type of great manipulation, trickery, or deception to your partner. That, you know, this come on, I'm not gonna do no separate video because I'm gonna end with Aries. I'm gonna do this Aries. Let me just go and get through this, because normally with the ones that I felt that was in the coven, I did a separate. You have it paired with the 6 of Pentacles. Once again, it's like, I strongly believe, Sagittarius, that you're connected to the Scorpio reading. This is one of the things that I picked up on the Scorpio reading, that it was doing spells that the person will eat from the palm of your hand, and that is just like the card, that you are giving them little bit by little bit, which is a form of control. It's a form of manipulation. And so, you know, once again, it's just, I feel, Scorpio, that you may be a part of this covenant of witches, or you were a part of this game that was played on Scorpio, that you messed with this connection. I know in the Scorpio reading, it was saying that the person that was doing the magic, that they were in a relationship. And so it's a possibility that Scorpio, maybe you're in a relationship with a Capricorn, or you're in a relationship with a Cancer or Scorpio, that, you know, that's the one thing about these readings, is that because you're doing every sign, it's easy to determine who who's dating who in these connections, because you're searching all of the energies. And so even with the cards that's coming out, where it's saying that you are about to experience some delays, you're about to have a lack in joy, you're about to have bad karma coming in, I'm gonna take it as you are one of the people that definitely is in a covenant with you're definitely one of the witches that was a part of the Scorpio reading, that it was all about trapping the Scorpio. You have as your crowning energy is you have the Ace of Wands in reverse, which the Ace of Wands is saying that you are getting ready to go through a lot of delays for what you did. And like I said, if this is not a connection to the Scorpio reading, you are getting ready to get a lot of delays for what you're doing to your partner. That spirit is looking down on you. God is looking down on you, and God is saying, I'm not pleased with what you're doing. I'm not pleased with what you're doing to this person that you're connected with, or I'm not pleased with what you're doing to Scorpio, what you did to Scorpio. What people did to Scorpio, universe is getting ready to balance the scale, and everybody that was a part of this thing with Scorpio is getting ready to go through karma, is getting ready to go through punishment. And with this reading, it's saying that you are getting ready to get judged, that you are getting ready to get karma. And this is not even, normally the judgment card will come out and tell you that, like stop what you're doing and stuff like that. Judgment card is not out here, which means that you already got the warning. The Tower card is not out here, where it's saying that things are being destroyed now. And so because of that, it's saying like right now as this video is going, that you could already be experiencing great delays in your life, and you are experiencing all of this bad luck and everything because of something that you did. Let's clarify the delays. Let's clarify the delays. We have the Fool card, which the Fool card, it talks about blind faith, which means that you could have, I'm just gonna say it how it is. At the end of the day, I really feel that this is a connection again to the Scorpio reading, and that I know that the reading was saying that the Capricorn was like the main person behind this covenant, that this was like the leader of the coven, and Capricorn probably told you a lie, and you jumped on it and you aided and abetted Capricorn, that you helped Capricorn out in blind faith, which means you were lied to. But even though you were lied to, when karma come, when that karmic energy come, they like, I don't give a fuck that you were lied to. You should have did your research. You're still going to receive punishment for your part in this. And so it's like, you're still going to receive judgment, that this is upon you now, that you are going to experience some delays because you jumped into this without questioning anything. You didn't do the backstory. You didn't do nothing. You just went for it. And now because of that, you are experiencing the energy of the Eight of Swords, that you're having negative thoughts, that your mind is being affected right now, that you could be going through a period that it's hard for you to sleep, it's hard for you to focus, and that's the karma that's coming upon you. You have the King of Cups, which talks about emotional balance, that this could be affecting your emotions, that your emotions is everywhere, that you are probably like, man, should I come clean? Should I do what I'm supposed to do? And it's like, no, you are already in the hermit mode, that spirit is giving you a sense of just being lost, that you are just like spirit is saying that like you're just a lost wonder, that you're just, spirit said that you could just be sitting on the couch every day smoking weed, that you're doing things to try to numb this pain, but it's like spirit is like, this pain is not going to be numbed. You're going to feel the full effect of the magic that you did when it bounced back to you, and you're already feeling that magic coming back to you for the rituals and things that was performed on Scorpio, because out of all the readings, these are the last couple of readings, and so it's just saying what was done to Scorpio, like it's just not gonna go down like that. it's like, man, you are experiencing, you're gonna continue experiencing a lot of delays. My thing that whenever you're in any situation like that, the best thing that you can do when you know you did wrong is you need to go in and you need to go to that person and you need to confess the truth. You need to say what happened. You need to ask for forgiveness, because especially if the person is spiritual, they could have did something to cleanse themselves and could have sent that energy back. And so now that energy is upon you, and it's like, maybe you can come clean and tell the truth about everything. And you know maybe the person would be nice enough to, I mean, if they're doing a ritual to send it back, maybe they'll do something to bless you at this time, that this energy won't be heavy. But this karma is upon you. This karma is upon you because honestly, you were the devil. You did something that you were not supposed to do, and it's all about being in your addictions. You have in your challenge position, you have the strength card, but you also have it paired with the wheel of fortune in reverse. And so with this being your challenge position, I wouldn't be surprised if you're sick, because with strength being in a challenge position, this karma could be eating at your strength, that you don't have strength now to make it through the day. And this is part of the bad luck and the karma that is coming upon your life because of what you did. And so I would not be surprised if right now, if you're sick, Sagittarius, there could be a possibility that you are going through health issues. Let's see what I won't be surprised if you're going through health issues, that something is happening to attack your strength, that is eating at your strength day by day. I don't know why Spirit said there's a possibility you could be bedridden. And when you get results like that, this was some dark magic. This was definitely some dark magic. But it seemed like nobody is gonna get it worse than Capricorn. It seemed like Capricorn is really getting it more than anything. You have the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is all about transition. It's about a change. It's about moving on. There's a possibility, man. This is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. You could be really sick. There's a possibility, I'm not trying to scare anybody. There's a possibility, Sagittarius, that you could be very sick, and you could be sick to the point that, people may perceive that you may transition, or this might be a reality that you may transition, that, this might, at first I was thinking maybe it would be like a STD or something like that, with the devil being out here, because the devil represent addictions. And I was thinking, okay, well, maybe you're going to end up getting some type of STD or something like that. But with the transition card here, there's a possibility that this might be something deeper. Like this might end up being like cancer or something like that. That it is really like eating at you, that it is like eating at your bones, is eating at your immune system, is eating you like from the inside out. And that there's a possibility you may transition because of this magic. This magic is, people don't understand when that magic come back to them, how it's going to manifest, especially with the Four of Swords being present, that talks about retreat. I said this in the Capricorn or Scorpio reading, I believe it, or maybe it was the Capricorn reading, that I see this as, this could have been a death spell that was sent to someone. And that death spell, when it bounced back, if you spoke death on somebody, what do you think gonna happen when this come back to you? That death will be on you. And it's like, not only will that death be on you, but Spirit will make it that it will be a slow death for you. That, you know, it won't even be anything quick because this is a karmic death. And so it could literally be that you're eating away, you know, day by day, parasite or something. Is you have the card at the bottom of the deck. You have the Nine of Cups in reverse, which is Nine of Cups in reverse. It talks about a lack of joy. It talks about being, it talks about no inner happiness. It talks about indulging in things. It talks about being dissatisfied. And remember, the Knight of Cups is a card of wish fulfilled. It could be saying at this time, like you could be praying to your ancestors, you could be praying to the deities, you could be praying to the very deity that you asked to send this negative energy out, and you're being ignored. It's saying no, access denied, that spiritually your team is not listening to you, that, you know, like what the Bible says is that God has turned the deaf ear to you. That it's like, you know, no, you know, I want here, I want hear your prayers. I want hear, you know, your plea for mercy, because mercy was not given when you did this. You didn't give mercy when you did this, so why would I give you mercy now? I'm only going to give you what you put out. That's what karmic, I think that's what people got to realize, is that I think that, and that's why I don't like the concept of Jesus, of thinking that this one person is everything. You know, and it's like, I believe in Jesus to an extent. I believe in Jesus in the form of Obatala, but every last one of these deities have dominion over certain things. And so, you know, with that dominion, you know, you are not dealing with, you know, you're dealing with, or I want to say you're dealing with a deity that is over karma. So you're dealing with like that Ochosi. In my religion, that Ochosi is the god of justice, of karmic justice. And when he shoots that arrow and he pierces you with that arrow, it's a done deal. You know, and so that could be one of the things that you're going through, is that you got, I mean, you got back the energy that you put out. And so, you know, when we think about these spirits, the spirit of karma is not a spirit that it listens to people. The spirit of karma is not an energy that you can talk to and that you can change its mind. When karma is here, you only get back what you put out. And so if you put out good, you get back good. If you put out bad, you get back bad. But when karma is present, you can't say, no, karma, have mercy on me. Karma, you know, like to me, like what the ancestors just said, karma don't have an ear to listen to you. Karma is only here to carry out the will based on what you put out. And so karma has no ear that it can even hear you if it wants to hear you. It comes in to do one job, and it's to give you back what you put out here. Let's say that this is not connected to the Scorpio reading at all. You're still doing some sneaky shit in your relationship, and it's still subject to karma. And it's saying that what you have done, it is going to come out in the open because you got public recognition. That this is going to come out what you did. That people are going to know what you did. And not only are people going to know what you did, but your strength is eating away at you daily. Daily, you are becoming weaker and weaker because of something that you did. You are serving karma for something that you did. I mean, I guess that's really all I can say, Sagittarius. You know, if you were a part of the coven that was brought up in the Scorpio reading, you're receiving karma. If this is not connected to the Scorpio reading at all, you are doing some sneaky ass shit in your relationship, that you are probably cheating behind your partner back, doing orgies, doing threesomes, and that is still up for judgment. That it's like, no, you should have never did this to this person. If you didn't want the connection, you should have just left. But I really do feel more than anything that your reading is connected to the reading of Scorpio, and that you could have been part of the witch covenant that did something to Scorpio, and now you're being judged for what it is that you did, because it did say that it was multiple people. And I really do believe that in this situation you have Scorpio, which was the victim, even though Scorpio did do something wrong, because Scorpio still had sex with the person, and then they just started doing sex magic. And so Scorpio, even though Scorpio had the wrong, Scorpio is still seen as the victim in these readings. And then you have Capricorn, which was the main person behind it. And then you have Cancer that could have had had something to do with it. And then now Sagittarius had something to do with it, but it's still missing one. Maybe it's going to be Aries, because it did say that it was 4 people. It was 4 people in this coven that did something against Scorpio. Oof. Let's see. Now we're here for Aries. Aries is the last, it's my very last reading, thank God, because I'm ready to get out of these energies. Thank you, Igun. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah Vonda. Thank you, Arisha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oladumare. Thank you, Olaroom. Thank you, Olafi. What is in the cards for Aries? Because if you watch every reading is not talking about magic. You know, so far the only readings that has talked about magic has been Scorpio, Capricorn, Cancer, and now Sagittarius. Those are the only ones that's really talking about someone using magic. What is... What is the overall energy for Aries? Ooh, this is gonna go long. This is gonna be over an hour. What is in the cards? What is in the cards for Aries? But Sagittarius, you know, that I think that one, you know, I can get, you know, I can get where you came from, because, you know, yours was, you were tricked. Yours was, I mean, you really was tricked with the cards out. You were tricked, but, you know, it's like you should have did your research. Don't just let somebody say something about somebody without you at least doing your due diligence of seeing if it's true, to see if it's true or not. Okay, Aries, you are not balanced in your relationship. Now we're on Aries. That was my last thing I had for Sagittarius. But Aries, you are not. You're in a state of imbalance. You're disharmony with your partner, and it's a lot of fights and it's a lot of arguments in your connection right now. And Spirit is urging you to do teamwork with your partner. You need to stop arguing with the person you're with, and you need to start doing some teamwork. Now you're not thinking. Now you're getting ready to make the wrong choice. And your energy is just completely off. So the main thing in your reading, Aries, is your security. You have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles remember, every card represents a lot of things. But right now, the one thing that the King of Pentacles want to highlight more than anything is your security. Even when you look, I like how when you keep pulling the cards, it's just more and more confirming, you know, because there's a lot of conflict in this connection. There's a lot of conflict in this connection that you could be arguing with your partner almost every single day. You know, You have the Lovers in reverse, which talks about just imbalance, disharmony. And the reason why there's so much, disharmony and imbalance in this relationship is because you guys are constantly arguing, and you could be competing against one another. That, like what spirit is telling me, these could be two people that's in really good shape, and you guys are nitpicking at each other, where it's like, oh, but your stomach is bigger, and stuff like that, that you're bringing each other down. Whatever the case is, you both are keep arguing and fighting with one another, and this is not bringing peace into the home. It's making peace leave. Peace is leaving faster than the love, that's coming in. And so that's a bad combination. And that's why your crossing energy is trying to balance this out, and it's saying that you guys need to work together as a team. This card is urging you that you need to have teamwork. And so, that's just like even with this. How can you take these wands and build everything if everybody is doing their own separate thing and nobody is working together as a team? And so it's like you guys are failing to work together. So it's like this, it's going to be a lot of chaos because there's no working together. You guys are fighting with each other too much. You have as your crowning energy, which is what you need to do immediately, you have the Judgment card in reverse, which talks about self-doubt. It talks about a lack of self. And then you have it paired with the Two of Swords in reverse. And the Two of Swords, it talks about choosing the lesser of the two evils. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which talks about lost opportunities, and it talks about missed chances. It also talks about bad investments. And so with this combination, it's like you're going to end up doing something that you're going to end up making a choice that you're going to end up regretting. And you could say, well, the lesser of the two evils in this situation, because you keep getting into it with your partner, is just to find somebody else. And it's like now you found somebody else, you messed around with them, and now this is something else that's affecting your security, where it's like, no, that was the wrong choice. The better choice for you would have been to bring harmony back into to the relationship by working together collectively as a team and stop competing against each other. Because more than anything, I think that that's what this relationship is more than anything. It's a strong competing against each other. And it's like, stop competing against each other, and you need to learn how to work together. But there's definitely going to end up being a bad choice that you're going to end up making. It's going to be a very bad investment. And this is just going to make the connection even worse than what it is now. In your challenge position, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which talks about hard work and being diligent. And you have the Knight of Wands, which talks about energy, and it talks about action. And so with this combination, it's just saying you're not putting in the work that you need to put into this connection. You're not putting in the work and the energy that you need to put in order for this connection to thrive. And that's why this thing is in balance. When you look at especially your crowning energy, which is what you need to do immediately, every last one of these cards is in the reverse. The Judgment card is in reverse. The Two of Swords is in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. And whenever you got all these cards in reverse, that alone, it speaks of an imbalance, because things should be in the upright. So it's like that alone is showing a great imbalance in your connection, in this relationship. You have the Lovers. The Lovers is in reverse. So yeah, I think that you guys are competing. You keep competing against each other, and it is running the peace out of that home. Nobody got peace. Let's see, is it anything that I guess I can try to clarify everything? I think I got some time. Three of Swords. Heartbreak. Suffering. Divorce. Breakup. Sorrow. There's a great possibility, Aries, that your relationship is getting ready to end because you two are just, y'all are just competing with each other. You're not working together. Everybody is just doing their own thing. Everybody is have a different agenda, and nobody is working together. Crowning energy, crossing energy in reverse, which is urging you to work with your partner and use teamwork. Let's see what is gonna what can we I'm so sleepy. I'm glad I didn't have to do individuals for the fire signs, because I was like, nah, I'm gonna press through this. I want this to be my last video. And this is gonna be the ending of all the signs. Thank you, Jesus. Because I'm like, man, what is clarifying the Three of Pentacles, saying you need to do teamwork? What is the Three of Pentacles? What is clarifying the Three? Thank you, Egon. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarabanda. Thank you, Risha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oladumare. Thank you, Olarum. Thank you, Olafi. What is clarifying? Have me to clarify the Three of Pentacles. Help me to clarify the Three of Pentacles. What is it that you want to say, Spirit? You have it paired with the Ten of Pentacles, which talks about security, and you have it paired with the Eight of Cups, which talks about disappointment. It talks about abandonment. It talks about withdrawal. It talks about leaving behind. You're leaving your security. You're not worried about the security in this relationship, and you don't realize how threatened this relationship is. That, you know, sometimes I do readings where I do a SWOT analysis, which is your strength, your weakness, your opportunity, and your threat. You're in your threat mode. The threat has the possibility to completely end the company. And like, you are in the last stages of this relationship, that if you want to turn this relationship around, you better start focusing on your security, the security of this relationship. Because arguing and competing with one another, it's not it. And it's like you two could be mirroring one another. That, you know, now because one person did it, now the other person is doing it, and you want to keep a one-upping the next person. And it's like, that's not the way, Aries. That's not the way in a love relationship. That is not the way. And I don't think anybody is taking the high road. And yep, you got the Ten of Cups, clarifying the crowning energy, which talks about, you know, your self-doubt and stuff like that. But there's a possibility that, yes, I think that you're going to end up, I think the choice that you're going to end up making is that, Aries, you're going to end up connecting with someone outside of this connection. And that's what's going to make it a whole lot worse. That's when you guys are definitely going to be over. I think that you're going to end up, I think that, you know, because this talks about a divine love. And I don't even think that this is really going to be a divine love. I think that in your mind, you're going to think that the grass is greener on the other side. And when you get over there, you're going to realize that once again, you're with another amazing man, but it's still the same you. And so the same problems that you had on this side of the grass, you're going to have those exact same problems on that side of the grass, because the only thing that changed was the partner. You didn't change at all. What is clarifying for the challenge position? Because the challenge position is saying that you're not putting in the work in this relationship, nor are you putting in the energy. And so it's like you can't bring that into a new connection. It's like it's going to end up the same result. And then you're going to look back and say, well, what is the common denominator in all of this? The common denominator is you, Aries. You're the only person that was in existence in both of these relationships. You have the Ten of Wands, which talks about overburden. So yeah, there's a possibility that your partner can be doing all of the heavy lifting in this relationship, and that I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's just saying, Aries, that you might not be doing the work, that the other person is doing all the work. There's competition here, but it seemed like the other person is doing all the work in the connection. You have the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is what you don't see coming. The Queen of Cups is all about being loving, compassionate, stable, emotionally balanced. And so I'm hoping that this comes, that you read this and see that, like, damn, I'm fucked up. I need to, I need to go ahead and do what I need to do. 10 is a new order because, once you get 9, once you get past 9, 10 is the start of the new order. That now you got 11, 12, 13, 14, and then once you get the 20 is a new order. Once you get the 30 is a new order. Once you get the 40 is a new order. And you have 10, 10, 10 on 3 times here. You have it paired with the 10 of Wands, you have it paired with the 10 of Cups, and you have it paired with the 10 of Pentacles. You have 10, 10, 10. And so I think that with these 10s present, that the choice that you are getting ready to make is that you're getting ready to leave, Aries. I think that you're getting ready to leave. If not, this is your partner, that you are really thinking about leaving this connection. But it's like, what's the point of leaving this connection if this energy is really yours? If this energy is really yours, you're just going to put this in the next relationship. And so it's like, it's not really about getting a new partner. This is about changing your ways. That you got to put in the work, and that work can't be just competing with your partner day in and day out. It just can't. You got to put in some work too. You can't expect for the other person to do all of the heavy lifting. And just look at how disordered, just everybody is just doing their own thing. Everybody is doing their own thing. You got to put in the work. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. You gotta put in the work. What do Aries partner think about Aries? What did the partner think about Aries? What did the partner think about Aries? Seven of Wands, they see you as a challenge. They see you as competing. They see you as trying to maintain control all the time. They see you as being defensive. The Hangman wanted to come out too. And the Hangman is in reverse. It talks about delays. It talks about standstills. It talks about restrictions. It talks about a lack of control. Yeah, Aries, I mean, I don't know. You're not putting in the work. You have the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck now, which is saying that judgment could come on. Judgment could come into this relationship, and that you're going to be judged for what it is that you did. And one of the things that you could be judged for what it is that you did, you do have the Two of Pentacles, which is saying that, like I told you, because you said you were choosing the less of two evils. And, and with that, it was either doing the work in your connection to fix it, or to just find something else. And so you could be juggling too. Not necessarily saying that you're having sex with the other person, but maybe you already peeped somebody out and you're talking to them, you're flirting with them, that you are getting a backup. you know, for in case this goes sour, which it is if you don't put in the work. Or maybe you could be already having sex with the person. And it's saying that because of that, you're going to end up being judged for it. You're going to be judged for juggling this connection. I mean, what's the point of juggling when the only thing you have to do is just do the work? The only thing that Spirit is telling you to do is work with the partner. If you don't want to work with the partner, just let them go. You know, it's better to just let them go and then rightfully find somebody, but don't find the person while you're in a connection. I mean, it's like, come on, that's not fair, and that will only get karma knocking at your door. So, you know, just if you haven't done this already, I'm urging you to please work this thing out with your partner or break up with them and then go out and find somebody else. You know, but thinking that the grass is going to be greener on the other side and already talking and flirting with somebody, and then you break up with this person and immediately move in with them and stuff like that, come on. Now you're causing the other person all of these delays and stress and everything because of what you've done, and because of that, universe is going to look down on you and say, this is not acceptable, and you will be judged for it. So it's like, what's the point? Let's just avoid getting the judgment by doing the right thing. Either work things out with this person or just leave them. Just leave them. You know, and then properly find somebody else. But the grass is not greener on the other side. I like how Joyce Meyer said it one time, is that she said that, you know, you'll learn when you get to the other side that you still have to mow the lawn. And I was like, man, that is so powerful, and that is wisdom. Because no matter where you go, whether you stay on this lawn or you go to the next one, at the end of the day, on both of them, you still have to mow the lawn. You still have to maintain the yard. That is the only way that it's going to look beautiful. That is the only way that it's going to stand out, you know, compared to your neighbors and stuff. You have to mow the lawn. And this reading is saying that you're not willing to do that. You're not willing to mow the lawn. You just want things to automatically be perfect, but it's like, this is not turf. You know, this is not the fake grass that everything is always going to look beautiful. And even if it's the fake grass, you still have to go out there with a blower every once in a while to blow off the leaves and everything that attached to the fake grass. So even with turf, there's still work you have to do. It's just a different way. Instead of a lawnmower, now you have a blower or something in order to remove the stuff that attached itself to the fake grass. So it's like, at the end of the day, your reading is saying that you need to put in the work, and right now you haven't put the work in yet, and you're not willing to put in the work. That's a huge problem. And you're gonna, when you get into the next relationship and you see that it's the exact same thing, then you're gonna know you're gonna know without a shadow of a doubt that it was because you didn't put in the work. I hope that makes sense, but you got to put in the work, Aries. So, hey, that is my last reading for today. I'm finally done with all of the 12 zodiac signs. Thank you, Egun. Thank you, Spirit Guide. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah Banda. Thank you, Arisha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oladumare. Thank you, Olarun. Thank you, Olafi. Continue to allow blessings to bless every last one of the zodiac signs. All right, stay blessed. And Aries, since you're the last person, put in the work. Put in the work. You know, even if you get to this next person, put in the work. You still got to put in the work. Nothing is just going to come to you. You got to put in the work.